ready.
Are you ready now?
You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Time Series Podcast. I'm Gary.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Connor, and this week we're talking about the question of, are we alone in the universe? It's aliens, bud.
And we're back.
All right, guys.
I have to do that every week, man. It's
Yeah.
a tradition now.
Yeah.
After the
There's
intro.
the little piano playing that. Something just poked me.
We'll put a little
You and that chair are
animatic
not
of,
friends.
like,
It
keyboard
doesn't
cat.
like me.
So, Wyatt, tell us about some aliens.
I think this week, in terms of aliens, I just kind of want to talk about maybe like our best realm of aliens, and that would be like pop culture alien. You know,
Yeah.
the stuff we find in Star Trek and Star Wars and so on. The Doctor Who's of the world and British science fiction.
if I were where I was sticking my nose, if I were you.
Like him.
Cad Bane?
Yes, sir. My favorite alien. No, he's not my favorite alien. He's one of my favorite aliens.
Who's your favorite alien?
Don't ask me questions like that, you dirty scoundrel.
It's a xenomorph.
I don't know about that. Star Wars has a lot of aliens.
It's a
Spock's pretty cool,
xenomorph.
too.
Spock's like half human, though.
Yeah. He's still technically alien.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest...
Why? Because he's not a U.S. citizen, Wyatt?
Yeah. He's not an Earth citizen.
Well, like, that's my thing. Like, it's kind of funny to me that
My favorite alien is Vladimir Putin.
My favorite is Mark Zuckerberg.
So what were you saying, though?
I kind of find it funny that, like, a lot of aliens in pop culture are hominid and look like humans.
Well, I think that's like due to a limitation of
I know,
humans creating them.
I know. But, like, it's just...
You know
And
what
they have to
bothers me
explain
about
it.
humanoid things? Pokemon. Anyway,
That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Pokemon are animals.
We should talk about
You know what's
Pokemon
an
one
enigma?
day.
Incineroar. Screw that guy.
Yeah? Well, we're going to have a Pokemon episode one day, and I'm going to flex how little I know.
I'm gonna flex about how much I know. I've tried Arceus. I bought Arceus for $10. I've gotten like 10 minutes into it. It's really weird. You could like walk around while your Pokemon are fighting. It's like playing like Pixelmon.
Yeah, it's different. It's a lot different.
So it's...
I just wish
Okay.
that Nintendo would get over themselves and like release like a good looking graphically like enhanced game on like computer or something.
Oh, yeah, but you see, that goes against Nintendo's
That's
way
what
of-
I'm saying.
The more we say Nintendo, the more it's going to become a problem for
We're
us.
gonna get
maybe.
way out of hand if we just don't cut ourselves off now, though.
Yeah, and Nintendo... Here, let's take it from there. Metroid.
Metroid.
That's a pretty cool game with aliens in it. You know, Ripley, that big green thing. They're not related. I mean,
Ridley?
Ridley. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Ridley.
I think it's Ridley.
Ridley.
The guy that
The big purpley
hurts
boy.
me in Super Smash Brothers.
What's the big green one called?
Big green one? Like the big...
Craig?
Craig?
Crane? Is it Crane?
Craig.
Crane.
Kang?
Kane?
It's all connected.
It starts with a K. He's big, green,
Big,
and kind of looks like
green.
Destroya from Godzilla.
Dude.
Hey, look.
I don't
It's
really-
Crane.
I don't...
No,
I
that's a
di-
different thing.
I mean, there weren't really... I mean, there was Metroid Prime, but that was...
There's
I was
Metroid
too-
Dread.
I was too young.
There's a big green thing.
Metroid Dread.
That's the new one. That's the new game. Big green dragon thing.
This thing?
That thing. What's his name?
Crad.
Crad?
Kraid.
Kraid. His name is Kraid.
His name
His
is
name
Craig.
is Craig.
He likes muffins.
This guy is ugly.
He has a basket of
Why
puppies.
does he have 3 or 2, 4, 6 wangs?
I
That
believe
dude
those
looks
are.
like that one, like...
Or
The
no,
dude
that's not
from
the picture
Dragon
that
Ball
had.
Z,
He
I
had
can't
I think he
remember his name.
shoots out of them. He has 3 large belly button looking
Shopping.
things,
Let's
you
shop
can,
for Kraid.
You can literally just walk into them. That's how big they are. They're really gross.
What? His holes?
Yes, his holes,
Yeah.
his orifices that you can
holes.
walk into.
That's nasty.
It is.
That's
nasty. But I really like the concept of, like, even you mentioned that hominid alien looking things. They all walk on 2 legs and so on. Just, you know, for limitations
But you know
of
what's
Hollywood.
weird? In like Star Wars, it makes sense.
Right. For some
Almost.
reason, it doesn't. You don't think about it too much.
Right. In Star Wars exclusively, almost. I'm
And
sure
in
there's
Star
other
Trek,
times.
it's like
and it's
it
Star
is what
Trek
it
too.
is.
But like Star Trek and Star Wars, like
They're
it's
very
kind of in the same ballpark of genre.
I mean,
It is
in
to a
Star
degree.
Wars. It's a lot better because like, well, Star Trek. I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars. But like,
He has to say that, or his mom will kill him.
yeah. But
I'm just making.
We'll go to his house and find him skinned on the floor.
yeah.
A new Connor rug.
But there's a lot more differentiation, like the body structure of aliens in Star Wars. Like there's like a lot more insectoids,
like
and
Wookiees.
stuff like that. Yeah, and Wookiees and stuff like
Like
that.
Zuckuss, for example.
I mean, in Star
No, they
Trek,
changed the
they've-
names. It's
in
Forlom.
Star Trek,
No,
they've
it is Zuckuss.
kind of started to do that. I mean, in Enterprise, they had a lot more like insect type people.
And you
and
can
stuff like that.
tell a difference in the quality of like the makeup too on like the new. That's the new show, isn't it? Enterprise.
No, Discovery.
That's Discovery. Wait,
Enterpri-
which year was Enterprise then? Is that the one with the bad intro?
It's called Below Decks, guys.
Yeah,
It's below decks.
but like it had a storyline with insectoids and like intelligent marine.
You know who
life and
I
stuff like
think does aliens well?
Who's that, Gary?
Men in Black.
I agree.
that is true.
Men
Men
in
in Black
does-
does a good.
It's perfect.
Good with aliens, I think.
There was a perfect age when I was like, this is what I want to do. I want my identity erased, and I want to
My
fight
fingerprints disintegrated off my
aliens.
fingers.
I wanted to be Agent W. That is what I wanted out of life. You know how cool that would be? Like you'd miss out on so much of life because your identity was
But
erased.
you'd get to kill aliens and detain them
you
with
were a-
Will Smith.
I'd have a
You get
little
to be friends
pistol
with
that
Will
was
Smith?
the size.
The noisy cricket.
Yeah.
It's my favorite gun. I almost
This gun that's like yay big.
yes, and it's amazing because you point it at things and it just
And then disintegrates
boom.
them.
If you're not holding it right, you're gonna get
looks like a
launched
it looks
15
like a
feet
tattoo
backwards.
gun.
It really does.
That guy.
I almost bought a replica of it.
I
at
was very
Universal.
scared of that cockroach guy. Not the monster, not the alien.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I was scared of Vincent D'Onofrio.
That's Kingpin.
I know.
It's
It's really weird
crazy.
to look back.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that.
It's
Oh my
Kingpin.
God.
Yeah, that's
Oh my-
Kingpin.
wow.
Twice now.
He's 63
Holy
now.
Crap.
Oh my god.
He's old-ish.
Marvel, stop hiring old actors. But like, it's
We want
warranted in
these
that
mov-
role.
We want
but
these
like,
movies in for a long time.
right?
I swear, if they
Hire me as Kingpin. You put a little makeup on me, and then eventually I'll start to look like it.
And he's taller too.
I'm taller than Vincent
He's taller than
D'Onofrio.
Kingpin. It'd be amazing just to see Gary walk up to like I don't know Charlie Cox's Daredevil. Imagine if Gary was like 0.5 wider.
0.5 wider.
it's like wide Putin, wide Gary.
That's what Gary would need in this case to go full Kingpin, like 5%.
One of my
no,
favorite
like 50%
panels.
wider.
I can't remember if it was a Daredevil comic or a Spider-Man comic, but he's like, "Let's see what 350 pounds of raw muscle will do to a normal person," and he like squeezes them.
Oh, I know exactly which one
You
you're
know,
talking about.
like it's
yeah.
comic book panel, but like I forget if it was Daredevil or Spider-Man.
I think it's Daredevil. Or no, it might have been Spider-Man because he probably thought it was like, oh, and then Spider-Man's, scree.
Bat.
I'm a slippery child. And that's what Spider-Man's catchphrase is.
Slippery child.
I'm a slippery child.
Isn't it weird now that like we're older than like Spider-Man in the continuity?
I don't like thinking about it. Because when he came into the movies, he was older than us. Now in the movies, we're older than him.
Right.
And it's weird.
Yep. Not the actors, like Spider-Man himself.
Yeah, the character. In the movies itself. That is.
Wait, how old was Tobey when in that first Spider-Man movie?
He
In the
was
first Spider-Man movie?
17.
Yeah, because he was in his junior year?
Senior year. He was in senior year.
Okay,
Because
I'll just accept
they
it.
graduated in the movie.
In the first movie?
In the first Raimi Spider-Man movie, yeah.
Okay, I'll just accept it because I can't
I've
remember.
watched that movie hundreds of thousands of
Yeah, because
I
in
remember
Spider-Man
that.
2, he's already in college and he's
Right.
already with Kurt Connors.
Yeah.
I thought it happened off screen.
No.
And I remember
No,
the
because
main thing I
that's when,
remember
like,
from
the
the first
whole,
movie
like-
is Green Goblin. I'm serious when I say that.
You need to rewatch that
I
first
literally
movie.
bought you the Blu-ray.
I know. How often do you think I'm able to watch movies? I have a lot of homework. You know how many questions I had on one of my homework assignments?
5
I wish.
with 100 parts each.
Almost.
150.
That was almost. I had
150?
144 questions on a homework assignment.
Or
Was it
multiple
one of those,
choice
Let's
or
Learn Together type
Some
thing?
of them were multiple choice. Some of them were write-in.
Oh. Is it?
And you have to repeat them if you get
See,
them wrong.
kids,
Oh, it's Connect.
this is why you drop
Yep.
out of
Oh,
college.
I hate that.
It's awful. in some cases, find a better place to go.
Join us, Wyatt.
Do a trade school.
Join us.
I might become a botanist, thank you. I like plants. But
Why
aliens.
plants?
That was something I always wanted to get into. It was
plants?
No, well, kind of,
Or
yeah.
plant aliens.
Plant aliens. There was...
Like in Godzilla? Was that a Godzilla movie?
To a certain degree, okay, so I can actually fill you in because, okay. So there's the movie Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Yes.
And he gets into a fight with a giant genetically modified rose that has part...
Rose?
Yes.
Yeah, and it looks like a piranha plant almost.
And it has...
What's its name again?
Biolante.
That reminds me of
Biolante. It's very similar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah,
its earlier phase though, it's actually quite beautiful. It's like a rose the size of a mountain. It's very poetic in a way because it's this. Okay, so it's a mad scientist. His daughter died. He uses her DNA, splices it into a flower, also adds Godzilla DNA.
Here you go, Connor.
Don't ask questions. And then it later becomes the giant monster Biolante. Gets into a fight with Godzilla. Godzilla sells.
And that's not CGI, right?
No, that's a puppet.
Yeah. Look how crazy that looks for a puppet.
That is a full puppet.
That's fantastic.
Parts of it still exist.
Practical effects.
But it gets some of Godzilla's cells get launched into space, and then we get Space Godzilla. That's his real name.
And he's an alien.
He is an alien. He was formed in a black hole and has crystals on his back and shoots lightning out of every orifice. Just like every other alien creature from space in Godzilla besides Gigan. He's a giant space chicken that shoots red lasers out of his one eye.
Wait, you just kind of blew my mind with that.
How so?
Every alien in Godzilla shoots lightning out of
Shoots
every
lightning. They shoot
every
lightning
out of
every hole. They shoot lightning. But those are... Oh, man, I completely forgot it. Like, in thinking about aliens, I love King Ghidorah.
Ghidorah's dope. Especially
3 heads.
in King of Monsters.
Shoots lightning. He's awesome in King of Monsters.
Can we just talk about how, like, that trilogy of movies is underrated?
It really is. It's
Or I guess there's
successful...
Yeah.
How do you want to say?
Trilogy of Godzilla movies, yeah.
Cinematic universes. It's
a lot
one
of people don't like the first one. But I love the first one just because I think that has the best sound design in any movie. Not soundtrack, sound design.
And it's good.
Yeah.
When I saw that in a theater, I saw it in IMAX in 3D.
I watch it every time I get a new set of headphones, and that's not a lie.
In the sound that you got in that theater, when their mutos are moving through, and it's so, it shakes you because of the theater, the way it was designed.
I just got a notification. Apparently, Ki Hui Kwan, the dude who played Short Round,
Oh, yeah.
is coming back to acting.
Really?
Yeah. Everything, I think it's like...
He should be in the new Indiana Jones movie.
There's a script called Everything All at Once.
I want it. I want to see him act.
Yeah.
So you know Borat, the actor who plays Borat?
Yes. I don't remember his name currently.
Him as Joker, thoughts?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll take it.
We
need to get aliens.
Aliens.
I don't mean to shake that.
Careful, sir.
Yeah.
That's brand new.
It is. It really is.
But so aliens.
Pop culture aliens. They are everywhere. Like we said, Men in Black, Godzilla. The only place that they aren't. They're even in Indiana Jones.
They're in Indiana Jones.
That's the plot of the 4th movie for some reason.
Crystal Skull.
Aliens. And a
I
bunch
remember
of
watching Crystal
Skull
Skull as like a child and being like, wow, this is really dope. This is the best Indiana Jones movie.
And you watch it
and
later.
that was without watching any other Indiana Jones movies at that point in time. Crystal Skull was my first Indiana Jones movie.
I'm so sorry.
Which
but
is
like
the
I
case
still have
for
seen
a
all
lot
of them.
people.
Well, like we're young, bro.
We were
and
in
like my dad
kindergarten.
really never. No one in my family was like, "Hey, here you go, kid. Here's a story about this guy that travels around with a whip and discovers treasure."
See, my introduction from Indiana Jones was we had a bunch of DVDs, and before I was like able to go to like school, I would literally like my dad would be home in the mornings, and I'd like, let's watch something. That's why I've seen every episode of Batman the animated series almost like 5 times over. It just is. It's in my head. Batman's there. Same episode
I am
1.
Batman.
But I would watch old Sinbad movies and the Brendan Fraser mummy movies and Indiana Jones. And I found that because I was like, this looks like these. Come to find out that Indiana Jones kind of looks like that because of movies before it, and the Mummy looks like that because of Indiana Jones. And then I was the perfect age when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out. and I saw it at Screenland Armor when they first reopened. That was the first movie they showed when they reopened.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I even got a poster that day that I keep.
What about Superman?
He's a perfect alien.
He's a literally
perfect alien.
Yep.
He has
from the race,
everything.
and he's from the race that apparently humans descended from in like DC continuity, right?
That I have never heard in my
I
life.
thought there was like Krypton.
I'm willing to accept it, but I have never heard that before.
Pretty sure.
I'll take it. That
Are you
is
getting
actually
confused
pretty
with
cool.
the Inhumans backstory?
I'll take it. Kryptonians, they expanded everywhere.
Yeah, Kryptonians were.
They were everywhere.
They're kinda like the
Kryptonians are
Viltrumites.
awesome. They are, but actually nice.
But like nice people.
It's like what the Viltrumites say they are.
You will live way back. Like, dude, can we just talk about how good that show is?
It's really good.
And there's
Perfect
aliens
example
in
of
that.
aliens.
There's aliens
All
in that.
sorts of aliens. Seth
Yeah.
Rogen's an alien in that one.
A dope alien
He's really cool.
and really nice.
I'm from the Space Corps. I can't do a Seth Rogen voice.
I
don't
can't
even
do a
remember what
voice.
it's
I
called.
can only sort of do the laugh. Sorta.
We're gonna get my brother in here one day, and he's just gonna keep doing that. I hope you know. And he's listening to this now, and he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it." He loves doing the Seth Rogen laugh. He thinks it's hilarious.
What's another aliens besides the Viltrumites and
The Skrulls,
or the Martian dude that's stretchy?
the Martian. Oh, the one
yeah.
in Invincible. I thought you were just talking in general.
Oh, right.
And
That's what I'm
Invincible,
saying.
yeah, there's a bunch of aliens. You have those cross-dimensional dudes that just open up a portal that beat up a bunch of children and then die because they got their
I think they got that
spacesuits broke.
I think they got that whole like thing from, or how long has the comic been out? And were those guys in the
I think
comic?
It started in 2003.
Because like that, it's kind of that whole like point like reminds me of that one Rick and Morty episode where Morty just keeps coming back to that one dimension for
Oh
wine.
yeah, the beginning of
Because those people
season
age
5.
faster,
Yeah, so he's just like this demon
right?
that comes back. They're like, this time we'll be ready for him. He will know our wrath, and then he's just like, "What are you guys doing? I just wanted some wine."
Well, but then like I think the people in Invincible age when they go back into
their dimensions faster than ours.
and then they put their suits on.
they come
That
back
stopped
after
them
they
from because that's what stopped the first attack is that they were aging.
Yeah, they were aging super fast. I keep getting Pokemon Go notifications, and they turn my phone on
Are
for some reason.
Pokemon's aliens?
Honestly, that's been a question I've had forever. 'Cause-
Bakugan are aliens.
Oh my! I forgot about that because they came from the sky,
They
didn't
came from the sky.
Everything is alien. Okay, so
Everything is aliens,
so
bro.
It's like when
Are
it comes to
Beyblades
sci-
aliens? I don't remember that show.
I
Is
never watched
Yu-Gi-Oh
Beyblade.
aliens?
To a degree, I think that one is.
Dude, everyone's aliens. Are we
Samurai,
aliens?
Samurai Jack
To
is about
someone.
aliens. If you
Samurai
really
Jack?
break it down. Aku's an alien.
Powerpuff Girls?
There's aliens in Powerpuff Girls, isn't there?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll be honest. It's been years since I've seen Powerpuff Girls. Ed, and Eddie, they're all
Maybe.
aliens. That's why they have weird hair. That's why Double D can't take off his hat. Have I ever told you about the time I was going down a dark highway in the middle of Kansas?
You saw Double D.
I did. He came flying from the sky in his UFO hot rod, and he took off his hat, and I was scarred for my life.
Oh, God.
And to this day, I still can't look at beanies the same way. Connor understands. He knows. He knows what happened. He shakes his head in approval.
The one day Connor's not wearing a beanie.
Literally. Connor does wear beanies quite often, and like it's so I think it's good to say that like when I brought up beanies just now and saying how I was scarred for life, he looks up at me and squints his eyes. Squinting his eyes like we're in a Clint Eastwood movie. Which brings me to one of my favorite aliens previously mentioned. I almost said Greedo by accident because I was thinking about Greedo a second ago. Cad Bane.
Cad Bane.
He is one of the original aliens from Star Wars, essentially. The Duros aliens, they were in the cantina in the first movie.
Yeah.
Big blue heads, big
I thought you were
red
talking
eyes.
about Cad Bane.
No,
being
not-
that.
not himself.
His species.
Duros.
Duros.
They've been here forever.
Since the 70s.
And they're perfect if you really break down the
They
idea
only
of,
live for like 60 years, though, on average.
eh.
Except Cad Bane.
Eh.
He's an enigma.
I mean, he's also got like the special pressure valves on his head.
That's only to prevent force choke.
I know, but you tell me he doesn't have other things to make him live longer?
Maybe. Who
He's
knows?
got- he had jet boots. I mean, why not?
All I know is that he's still 89 years old
He can
and
breathe in
he
space.
still can out gunsling anyone in the galaxy.
Yeah. Because he's Cad Bane. He's the best alien gunslinger around.
That one line and at the end of that show where he's like, I've killed many clones over the years. Once you kill one, you can pretty much kill anyone. One of them.
You can kill any of them.
And like, when do you think the last time Boba was called a clone?
Last season of Mando.
Shut up.
Everyone in Star Wars is to a certain degree an alien.
Well, to us.
To us, yeah. But I mean, like, at what point did everyone come from one planet? Why is there so many different humans across the galaxy? You know what I'm saying?
Are they humans?
Are they? Does Obi-Wan have weird organs while Anakin has completely different set of organs?
Maybe.
What if Obi-Wan has gills? We know that's a lie.
Maybe. Well, think about
That's
it
why
like
he
this.
has that beard.
What
He
if
hides
they
his
all did
gills.
start on one planet and like the human race did, just traveled to a different part, and unlike traveling to a different part of the world, they just traveled to a different part of their galaxy.
So it's just the human diaspora, but super, super, super far out there?
Yeah, maybe. What if that's how they pitched this movie?
Honestly?
Like,
I'd watch it.
right.
So I think it's good to say that, like, aliens are everywhere in pop culture, and at least they have been since
And they're everywhere in
the
real
turn
life.
of the century. Almost. They're everywhere right now. They're in the walls.
Okay, I think I solved the Superman thing. I think there was just one offshoot story that said that.
Oh, so okay, so like the Kryptonian thing?
Yeah.
Because I've never actually heard that
I've
before,
never-
and I like the idea of that quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean,
Because Kryptonians were super advanced. They got around the galaxy. They knew of Earth. Why not make them, like a helpful hand? One of them had sex with a chimpanzee, and then we got the human race.
Dang it. Those chimps, man. They just
pimp-
lose all of our
they
powers.
Pimp chimping.
They pimp chimping.
They pimp chimping.
Freaking swagger symbols.
So I think, like, you have so
Swagger
many
souls.
places that, like, you have the day the Earth stood still. That has the huge alien named Gort and a few other guys. Gort's technically a robot, though.
Isn't Cloverfield an alien too?
I think so.
Yeah, it
I think he's
is.
like a transdimensional being, though. So technically, yes, still. I'm willing to call transdimensional beings aliens, because simply put, they're not from here.
Right.
By definition, they are an alien, and they certainly have a different biology and look kind of funny.
Right.
Like Cloverfield.
You know who does aliens really weird and like really humanoid?
Doctor Who.
Marvel.
Marvel really does.
Marvel. If you're not like,
Freaking Gamora. And,
if you don't,
Yeah,
look,
they're either superhuman or super not.
yeah, right.
Like, Jack Kirby loved making giant three-fingered, no-toed, giant yellow-eyed
Fin Fang.
monsters. Yeah, Fin Fang Foom is an alien. He landed on Earth and just decided, you know what? I'm going
I'm
to be
a
a
dickhead.
dragon.
I'm gonna steal these 10 rings over
I'm
here,
good.
and I'm gonna rule the world.
It's what he did.
Yep.
What if that's the actual wind-up and that's what they were saying, that it's actually pulsating that's summoning another dragon to Earth?
Yeah.
And that's where we get another dragon.
Fing Fang Foom.
What do you think he'll be called, though?
I don't know, because they will change
Though
the
they're
name.
gonna change his name.
Because it's a little insensitive to Asian cultures. It's like they just kind of are like, hey, this sounds like he's Chinese, he sounds like this.
It's like.
Except he didn't talk like that. Jack Kirby
Stanley
talked
and
with a very-
Jack Kirby
it's
talked like
it's
that.
like Fu Manchu.
They're New Yorkers their whole life, and they
Yeah.
talked like this.
They lived in like all of New York, all the different places. And they talk like this.
They talk like they're
Yeah,
from
Kirby
Louisiana.
sounded like this.
They talked like they're from Louisiana and Georgia.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what Jack Kirby's voice actually sounds like. I haven't seen many video clips of him. I haven't seen enough to like memorize his voice. While
just
Stan Lee still has
just
that
I saw a
very.
video of Jack Kirby talking about World War II.
I mean, yeah, I've seen videos of that, but like, do you remember what his voice sounds like?
Not really.
That was what I'm talking. Like, oh, I mentioned the Skrulls.
Scrolls.
Skrulls are like one of the best aliens ever in pop culture. They can manipulate and become and look like anything, and then you have special ones that can adapt any superpower.
Like Super Scrolls.
Literally, they are literally called
that's
Super
what they
Skrulls.
Right, yeah.
And I really love Skrulls, and I mean that with my full heart. And
Like
Captain
paper
Marvel
and-
disappointed me.
Like the paper that rolls up?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love them.
The Dragon Scroll.
The Dragon Scroll.
It's empty.
Plot twist, all the animals in Kung Fu Panda are aliens?
They're all aliens. Humans just died out.
Holy crap.
They're all furries. They're in suits.
Oh, God.
I've ruined it for you,
You
haven't I?
ruined it. You ruined the bit.
Take your fan art and
Put your fan art away.
Take it back to Wattpad and DeviantArt. God damn it.
What do you think is the most vital alien in all of pop culture? That isn't Superman.
Vital?
Yeah, like they have meant the most to pop culture. Because we have Superman and
Predator.
the Predator,
Chewbacca.
Well, besides
about
like Star Wars aliens, I guess I
Yoda?
feel like any Star Wars alien.
Because Superman, he's like
I was trying to think like outside of Star Wars, outside of like mainstream.
because Superman, he's almost like out of the picture at this point. The S is so recognizable all over the world that it's in the top 3 for the past 50 years of most recognized symbols. You could show that to some kid in the middle of Bangladesh and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Superman." Same with Spider-Man, Batman, and religious symbols.
The aliens in War of the Worlds, the original.
Oh, like the Martians.
I'm
a Martian.
The one like
That's who
radio
I
show
think
that
the most
freaks people
iconic
out.
alien is.
Right, the War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
They're Martians, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's who I think the most iconic alien is.
Which one?
The one from Looney Tunes.
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
I'm a Martian.
I don't even remember. I can't do his voice.
I'm Marvin. That's
That
what he
is
sounds.
That
that's
is
what he
not what it
like.
sounds like.
Yeah,
It's
it
a little
is.
bit lower, and it's almost more Kermity.
Yeah.
It's like Kermit, but with a different cadence. Dude, I haven't thought about Marvin the Martian being that influential until like rather recently in a way. I was like doing something, and then like online, Marvin the Martian was like in a random Reddit comment feed, and people just talking about how much they love him.
But current
Just
aliens,
current aliens.
Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah,
Grogu, yes.
he has rippled so far into the annals.
After 2000,
See, that's what he sounds like. It's Kermit.
I'm a Martian. Hello.
Did
Oh.
the same dude do the voice for both?
No,
No, I doubt it.
no, because Jim Henson was Kermit.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah, you know, Kermit the Frog
I'm
here.
mildly insulted,
I'm sorry.
I don't know who
didn't
voices
watch a lot
me.
Of Muppets growing up. I'm sorry.
and I can't remember.
It ain't easy
Mel-
being green.
Mel Blanc was everyone on Looney Tunes except for like Granny. He was even Tweety.
So, it's not,
Mel
wait,
Blanc was the man of 1,000 voices, and he did everything. Any creature that wasn't just straight up a woman, he did the voice
Speaking
of them.
of people who do a lot of voices, has anyone heard about the dude who did the clones in Clone Wars? Like, had a stroke, right?
I thought it was Yoda, the dude that did the voice of Yoda.
Yeah, that was Yoda.
Tom Kane.
The guy who did Yoda and the guy who did the announcer and then that one general.
Admiral Yularen.
Admiral.
He suffered a stroke. I did hear that he was doing better.
The guy who
still
did the
not
clones.
able to do. Yeah, he's still alive. He did,
Yeah.
the Bad Batch.
And he did the... Didn't he do... He's Hammond in...
Is he Hammond?
I think he's Hammond in Overwatch.
That's messed up.
Yeah, the... Not the like the
Computer
get
voice.
wrecked. Like, not that guy, but like the actual hamster dude.
Hold on. Is there any aliens in Overwatch?
No.
Is that one of the few things that has all this sci-fi stuff and no aliens?
I don't think there's aliens.
Man, they have missed the chance.
Overwatch 2 coming out in
They fight aliens.
TBD because they
They keep pushing it back.
keep pushing it. It's all humans, and then there's Winston, and then there's
Hammond, and
Hammond.
Bastion,
But they were experimented on the moon,
and Echo.
so technically they might be aliens.
I mean, and to a specific stance, if you want to. They're not from here.
a banana.
Yes, he does. He always.
Did somebody say peanut butter?
We've got Skrulls. We've got in Mario. There's
Can
aliens.
we talk about the most useless
Tom Kane apparently retired due to a stroke.
aliens
Go
in
on.
Marvel? The Tatari.
The Chitauri suck.
The Tatari.
They're just there
They're
to be a
literally
foot
pawns.
soldier.
Garbage.
They're pawns.
They keep dying. They are red shirts, essentially.
They're red shirts and stormtroopers having kids.
Literally.
They can't make a shot and they die instantly.
Every 5 seconds, a Chitauri is getting shot in Marvel. At some point in the comics, a Chitauri is dying. And, if we're going Marvel, there's another species I find not very fun. D. Bradley Baker. Huh.
He voices
I had
Hammond.
no idea
a
he was
little
Hammond.
hamster.
What was I saying? Marvel, aliens. What are they? They're blue. Captain Marvel. Like Marvel.
The Kree.
The Kree. I don't like the Kree. I've always thought that the Kree
the
kind of are
Kree
like
were
super
They're
boring.
racist.
They are. Well, I
They're
mean,
very
Skrulls are
racist.
too.
Yeah.
But the Kree,
The Kree take it to
they're just
next
like,
level.
hey man, I'm taking over your world. You may look like us, but
Well,
hey,
and
man.
then didn't Ronan like start just hunting down Kree, which are his own culture?
Yeah, Ronan.
And
went
at
on
least
his
in
own,
Guardians of the Galaxy,
he
1.
started killing everything. Ronan the Accuser. He just took a hammer and started murdering everything he possibly.
Kree culture, my culture. I will have no business. That's the guy that Peter tries to sell the Power Stone to in the first movie.
I recall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 I thought it was a pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good impression.
Thor's an alien,
Thor is an alien,
which
but he's
is
also
it's
a god.
Weird concept to think about to an extent.
He's a god of
If
Earth, but
not
he's
only
an
an
alien.
but he's an alien on a like a kind of a time loop.
Yeah, because he's like
Ragnarok, and then it starts over again.
Wait, are we talking about the comics still?
Kinda, yeah.
Because the Ragnarok in the comics is a completely separate type of like the way it goes down. It's been changed a few times.
Oh, okay.
It's not exactly a part of the time loop, other than until someone it's like, well, we need Asgard in the comics again. Go fix Ragnarok. Go fix Ragnarok. Stop dealing with Ragnarok.
Well, see, like, because it's different. Because like the most recent adaptation, which the movies took, where that Surtur like would plunge his sword into the
Right.
But like in mythology, it's that one of the wolves that chases the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. I don't remember which one, but one of them gets caught and stops the cycle. So forever winter starts,
and then
bad things,
and then the snake.
and then the snake and Thor have a mighty battle.
Thor dies, depending on who you're reading from, because either the snake wins or Thor dies. It depends on where you get the story from, and I'm not sure which part of the story is older. And I say that because I'm completely ignorant to certain parts of history.
Well, I know, like,
I'm really excited to go to this to Asgard as Kratos this year.
Dude, I want to see this game. I want to see it.
I'm just glad
I
that we
want
don't
to
have Chris
see him
Hemsworth
take him
walking in
down.
as Thor. That would have been really dumb if they did that.
Like, go with the fit Thor.
Yeah.
Because I'm glad that they went with, like, the fat Thor.
Well, that's what he was. Like
Right,
he was.
he's a big
like
fat
legend said that like he could out eat a town. Like he would eat a town dry of food.
He would just walk in, eat everything, and leave.
Yeah, but we're kind of getting far away from aliens here, technically.
Technically.
If we were talking about Marvel Thor, we'd be a little closer.
He's still in it. You got weird aliens in Marvel. You've got all sorts of weird crap going on in Marvel. You've got Galactus.
Ego's an alien.
But
he's a celestial.
He's a planet.
The Celestials are like
in the comics. I don't think he's a celestial. I'm like fairly certain of that. Or
I don't
is
think
he
he
a
is.
celestial and they change it in the movie? I don't remember
Ego
which is
isn't
which.
even Peter Quill's dad.
Well, yeah, he's not in the comics. In one comic, it's Thanos.
Is Peter Quill's dad?
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm not joking. That was one story.
God.
It's kind of weird.
No.
I did not understand that story at all.
Dude, we haven't even talked. That just remind me of one of the most iconic alien movies that is silly.
Spaceballs?
No.
Paul?
Nope. Coneheads.
Coneheads?
Coneheads.
I'll be honest. I don't like it.
I don't either, but
It's
a
hard
lot
to
of people
watch.
did.
A lot of people really did. It's like looking at him, it's kind of funny. But like the novelty wears off really fast.
Mork and Mindy.
You remember there was
Mork and
that
Mindy.
There was that diving bit that they did, and she like didn't make a splash.
Oh,
The daughter.
I find that was hilarious in my opinion. Because it's just aerodynamic.
Right.
I think that was absolutely hilarious. But then you have every 5 seconds, it's like, I don't understand Earth customs. I'm Dan Aykroyd.
Yep.
That's the movie. There you go. There's half the jokes.
That's half the jokes.
Down the drain. It's the fact that they don't understand what it's like being
Is
on Earth.
Bigfoot an alien?
Yes. But like making
Is
noises
Mothman
like
an alien?
not that's more like Mars Attacks aliens. You know, like the big brain boys. They really gross skull faces. I actually really love that movie.
What movie?
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
It's really funny to me because it's just it feels like it should have been better. And all the aliens were supposed to be stop motion, but they had to go with CG. Because the studio said, Mr. Tim Burton, that's too much money. You stop. Use CG.
UCG.
And that's why they walk funny, because they're supposed to look like they're stop motion. They're supposed to look like a bunch of stop motion miniatures, but instead they were like, oh, well, we gotta go with CG.
That's awesome.
Sorry, Burton. It costs too much money. I don't remember what year
You know,
that
a really
ended up
good.
releasing.
You know, a really good alien movie that's probably forgotten by most. Independence Day.
The
I like
first
that
one,
movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold my thoughts on Independence Day.
I like that movie. I think it's a good Will Smith performance.
I think it was fun for a while. It released like a wave of people being like, "This movie's awesome," and like I didn't quite understand that, even though it came up before we were born, and the aliens were cool looking, and the movie's fun, and then they made that sequel,
Yeah.
and I think the sequel's it's a rehash of the first movie,
Yeah.
and the first movie is fun. I do think it's fun,
Yeah.
but I don't understand the diehard fans of it. Like, I understand liking the movie. Like, you like the movie.
Yeah.
You enjoy the movie. Are you going to be that dude? It's just like, Independence Day, let's go! I'm going to watch it every single year, every day, every month. My children will be named Will Smith.
My
There's
children are
people
named
like
Will Smith.
that. Your children are named Will Smith?
Wait, I don't have children.
Oh? Did you give birth to Will Smith?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
His son
That's hot.
is my son.
His son is my son, Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith is my boy.
But you have a bunch of movies that came out during that time period where it's all alien crises. Independence Day and like Mars Attacks, in my head, they came out at very similar times, and they're so vastly different,
Right.
but so similar because aliens.
and didn't Men in
take over
Black come
Earth.
out a few years after that?
I think it was about the
And
same
then
time again.
In a few years earlier, you got Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks was 99. That would have been after.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Men in Black released.
Oh,
I
Men in
don't
Black
remember what
1
year that
came
was,
out in, like-
and I think.
Wait.
If I remember correctly, Mars Attacks might have came out in 96 or 97. And it might have been one of Jack Black's first movies.
You know that scene in Mars? Is it Mars Attacks where he runs up
Connor.
to attack it?
It came out in 99 because 3 years later, 2002
Men in Black was
is when you get Attack of
97.
the Clones.
Men in Black was 97.
It was 97? Damn. Oh my
Men in Black
God.
was 97, but you're right about Star Wars Phantom Menace.
Oh,
It was 99.
I don't need verification on that.
Right.
Yeah,
I know that for a fact.
But wasn't there a scene where Jack Black ran up to an alien with an M14 and the magazine fell out?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's actually because, like, you load an M14 like you load an AK, you kind of, like, hitch it and then put the magazine in there.
And he just
And he just shoves it in there, and that's why it falls out.
And it's but like earlier in the movie, it's hyped up that he has this younger brother who's supposedly like good for nothing, and he's actually ends up being a hero in the movie. And Jack Black, he can blindfolded put back together an M14 and like I don't remember how much time, real fast essentially. And then he goes to fight and he runs up to an alien. And he's about to shoot it in the head, and the magazine falls out. Then he gets turned into I think a red skeleton. Because the guns either turn you into a green skeleton or a red skeleton. Because that's what alien guns do.
We haven't talked about one of the most bad A aliens.
Xenomorphs.
No. This is in D.C.
Rosalina.
Martian Manhunter.
Lobo.
Lobo, too.
Lobo.
Martian Manhunter's dope, though.
Lobo. Martian Manhunter. General Zod. He's still a Kryptonian, though, so he doesn't really count. We talked about Superman. It's
right.
the same thing. Just
Martian Manhunter, isn't it true, like, in the comments that, like, Martian Manhunter is, like, the one thing Superman's afraid of?
Oh, yeah, because he can just do whatever.
Right.
Like, the only thing that stops Martian Manhunter's fire.
Fire. Which is, like...
It's like, when you think about how strong
Martian
and how
Manhunter
useful
is.
Martian Manhunter is, he is the ultimate showstopper.
Right.
He's a Superman killer.
And then you just light a match and throw it at him. He's like,
Yeah, and part of it's like trauma, and part of it's like his species doesn't want to deal with it.
yeah.
And it's like it makes so much sense to nerf a character so hard.
Or white Martians are a thing, too.
Right?
White Martians and green Martians.
Aren't they like more like I don't remember what the deal with white Martians is.
They're, I think... Well,
There's-
so
there's
isn't, like,
got
Miss
some
Martian
special thing.
a white Martian?
She is.
Yeah.
If
But,
I'm
like,
not
she,
mistaken,
like,
it might
makes
literally
herself
just be
look like...
racism, like
It's-
good old fashioned
and it's also
racism.
kinda- I mean,
No,
it's
well,
also
so,
kinda
and
like
white
the-
Martians aren't... They don't look like green Martians.
They don't.
They're big as hell, and they're more brutish.
But they can also shapeshift like a regular Martian as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't understand like
It's kind of like a Mon Cala, like with like the two like hominid species that evolved at the same time.
on Mon Calamari.
Yeah,
So squid people and octopus people.
yeah,
Okay.
and they hate each other.
One of them
It's
has
kind of
cool
like
crab
North Korea and
hands,
South Korea.
though. Except they're divided by a different colored and
Yeah, but who
an entire
cares?
skeletal shape and maybe an exoskeleton. Oh my god, exoskeletal aliens. That completely reminded me of a different type of alien that I have. Starship Troopers. Have you guys ever seen Starship Troopers?
I have not.
Oh my god. I used to watch these animated movies when I was little, and it was about these troopers called Roughnecks, and they go out to Klindathu and fight these giant bug aliens, and they go to different planets. They've got like the soldiers. They've got these cool.
I thought Starship Troopers was a live action.
It is, but it was also a book series from the 1950s.
Oh.
There's a bunch of animated movies and a bunch more live action movies that kind of suck.
Well, aren't they kind of like satirical? I thought they were all satirical.
Well, the first one's satirical. The second one is too. Third one's kind of iffy. First one's definitely satirical.
Okay.
And the book is also satirical.
Okay.
But it's also extremely dry.
Just how you like it.
Super dry.
Just how you like it.
Especially when we're talking about murdering giant bugs on the planet Klindathu. Yeah. So you got brain bugs, you got warrior bugs. I don't remember the actual name of like the main bugs that have the cool big pincers. We used to have one in my house and we sold it. Like it goes up and down too. So it's like there's a video in the movie of it like ripping apart a cow. It is terrifying. Like they just come waltzing in like giant ants. You've got these big bugs that are super huge. They are like, in episode 5 on Hoth, there's the giant orbital space. Well, it's not orbital. A giant cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's what the bug is.
Damn.
It shoots a giant glob of plasma energy out of its beehole.
We should talk about... That just made me remind... We should talk about one of the most recent aliens in, like, DC stuff. The cow.
The cow.
The cow.
The
butterflies.
and the cow.
The cow?
Insectoid
Why did that
aliens.
look like Insectosaurus from...
I was
A hairless
that was what I was
Insectosaurus.
thinking the whole time. It's like, hey, this looks familiar.
It looks like a hairless Insectosaurus that is being milked 24/7.
I was...
And it's just as weird as it
my
sounds.
First thought was
It's-
like,
yeah.
ew, live action Bugs Life.
And it
Freaking
looks
caterpillar.
just like Insectosaurus. Like
big
mouth and all.
eyes. Yeah, big. The mouth I think really did it because that kind of had like pointed like.
It had that little, like the weird. It's like a baby mouth. I don't have like a good way to describe it. It reminds me of a baby. It's just. Like it looks like it could be.
What's the-
like you could be sympathetic for it, but it's also a giant monster.
What's the big ginger dude's name in the show? Peacemaker. Peacemaker's the show we're talking about, by the way.
Oh, I can't remember the character's name.
Big ginger dude?
Yeah, Diebeard.
I can't remember the actual character's name.
Economist?
Economos.
Economos. I like when he like goes down there and sees it, and he's like, "Nope,
Nope.
no more kaiju's up, no more kaiju's," because this is
done.
like right after
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
And he just got done helping guide them through everything with, Starro.
Yep.
I forgot to mention Starro. He's a cool alien.
Starro is basically Starro's a lot like the butterflies,
He
but
really
he's
is.
he's one organism, and then the butterflies are a whole bunch of
Yeah, like
organisms.
a colony versus
one guy.
one dude, which is, I don't know which is more scary. Probably
Honestly,
Starro.
a colony, but like a Starro,
Starro, he just comes to a planet and he's just like, it's mine now.
Starro the Conqueror. That's how the Thinker says it in that movie.
It's true.
I'm
He
really
was the
glad they
first
didn't use Starro
enemy.
in Justice League movie.
You
because
don't
then
know.
they'd have to make it non-fatal.
You don't know how happy I am that they didn't use that in that movie. Oh, God. You don't know how happy. Because
We got Steppenwolf, a way cooler villain.
he's a cooler villain when he looks right.
Right.
He's an alien.
We
who's
got better
supposed to
writing.
look like a human.
We got better writing and better directing in Justice League movie.
It's true. One episode of Peacemaker has more talent in it
No, I'm
in
saying
terms of
Justice.
directing and acting.
I'm saying Justice League is better at directing and acting.
I'm gonna stab you.
Specifically the Snyder cut.
I'm gonna put you back under your bed.
Specifically the Snyder cut.
I'm gonna
Some
put some
dirt
dirt
in
in
your
your eye.
No, but like for real, like Peacemaker is like,
It's awesome.
and it's
it's
only
fun.
because James Gunn did it.
Yeah. It's because that's
Just let this man get a hold of a Justice League movie.
It's
bro.
like, you know what happens.
I want to
when
see
you
Superman
let
grab someone
a
by the
director-
chest and Kratos them.
Yeah. I mean, Superman might not do that.
No,
'cause he's
I want
Superman.
Superman to do that.
I want him to do it.
Everyone
he's
wants
too much of a
Superman.
goody two
I want an Injustice Superman.
Wonder Woman would do it.
I want an Injustice storyline, but with Henry Cavill and
Okay.
Ben Affleck.
Take my money.
right.
Shut up and take my money.
How dope would that be?
Put
So
James
what
Gunn in
is-
charge.
What is with the Batgirl movie and
What do you
having
mean?
Michael Keaton?
Good question. No one knows.
Also, the Flash movie's coming out this year.
Flash is coming out. I can't wait because Michael
Hopefully
Keaton will
it's
be
good.
there.
Hopefully it's good.
Hopefully it's fun.
Hopefully it's a Flash movie.
Oh, That reminded me. Supposedly, there's been seen pics of, I don't remember the actor's name, of the person who's going to be playing Dick Grayson in the Batgirl movie. Dick Grayson will be in the movie.
I thought he was already casted.
He was, but
in
I
the
don't remember
Titans
the
show.
actor's name. No, different kid. Different man.
I thought the Titans was in the DC universe.
No.
Though.
Nope. They have their own Batman.
Oh.
It's entirely different. I promise it's weird. I don't know what's going on. And for some reason,
That's
Doom Patrol
disappointing.
exists in both universes, but the Doom Patrol show is a different universe than the Titans
Yeah,
show.
Doom Patrol Cyborg's in that show.
It's true. It does not make
And
sense.
he doesn't look like... He looks like a cosplay cyborg.
But he still, I think, looks sufficient.
Cosplay cyborg.
I think he looks sufficient. I do like Ray Fisher's cyborg
He
design.
looks like if you put Don Cheadle in a cyborg outfit.
You don't need to be mean to Don Cheadle.
Isn't he going to be replacing someone?
Is he?
Deadshot. There's talk of him replacing Deadshot.
You know what? I like Don Cheadle. I'd take that.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. Why not Wesley Snipes?
don't
That'd be
know.
even cooler.
He smokes too much weed.
Wesley Snipes?
Well, like, have you heard the stories about Blade? Like the production of Blade.
I have
They
not.
would literally, so they would go into his trailer. They'd
It's
open the
just
door
hotboxed.
and just smoke would billow out.
That
Vampires, are they aliens?
Some of them, yeah. Vampirella. She's a comic book character. I thought she was just, a standard vampire. No, turns out she's an alien.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Vampirella?
No.
You know what she looks like?
No.
Gary, you should pull up a picture. It seems like it might be up your alley.
Is this because I like Lady Dimitrescu?
Yes and no.
Vampire what?
Vampirella. Spell vampire and put Ella at the end of it. 2 L's. She is a vampire that is an alien that mimics, she looks like a human, survives off of blood.
Oh my god.
A whole
Why is
shebang.
this the first picture to show up?
That is,
Let me
I
see.
can't help you there. That's not Vampirella. that is very much a man.
That one?
Yep, that's her. That's what she
She's
looks
not
like.
as powerful as Lady Dimitrescu.
Not in size, at least. I mean that literally. She's not 9 feet tall.
The power.
I'm saying that because that's a
You know
clip
what's funny?
I don't
Like
want
that's
out
what I
there.
was thinking when I was watching Mark play that game, and he's saying the words
He's
that
just-
I'm thinking, and I'm
The
like, oh my
power.
god, Mark. Markiplier is reading my mind right now.
I remember hearing at one point that Resident Evil thought about bringing aliens into it at one point, and then demons, and then everybody was like, what is wrong with you? Just keep it zombies. And then they got Devil May Cry. That's the story of Devil May Cry.
That's the story of Devil May Cry.
That's how we got Devil May Cry.
We got a big fat dude who sells you stuff.
I haven't even talked about Halo.
Hey, Wyatt, dude, this is your deal, bro, and you haven't even talked about it
Halo, aliens are my deal. You know how much I love aliens?
a lot.
I really love aliens.
I really
aliens. But you got like everything in Halo. You got weird floaty dudes. You got weird flying bug
You
dudes.
got hominoid,
Humanoids?
So,
You got
Hominoids?
homos?
so Wyatt,
Yes, sir.
apparently the whole time
Whole time.
that, like, throughout Blade Trinity's, like, the
Runtime?
duration of filming, Wesley Snipes was high.
I believe that. I don't think anybody wanted to be there during that movie.
Yeah.
At least the third one.
Yeah. Blade 2, it was still enjoyable to a degree. Blade 3, it's nostalgic. It's nostalgic for a lot of people, not all people.
Why the blood monster?
Well, because
Mortal Kombat. Is there aliens in that?
Goro's an alien, isn't he? He's from another dimension. That falls into that category of like aliens being from other dimensions and so on.
I really enjoyed that movie.
I still haven't seen it. I haven't
new
seen
one?
the Mortal Kombat movie. I have not seen it. Don't look at me like that. Say something to the microphone about it.
I watched it.
We need content.
I watched it twice back to back.
Back to back.
I mean,
Just because I had nothing else to do. I was watching The House by I was home alone.
I wanted
So I
to do
just
that
watched
with
it back to
Godzilla
back.
versus King Kong.
That's on HBO Max.
mean,
It is
it do-
dope.
it doesn't have Johnny Cage.
I know
Yeah.
about that.
I mean, it has. Johnny,
Yeah, but he's teased at the end.
Who's
There's a poster that's teased at the end.
I want to know who they're gonna have play him though.
Everyone wants John Cena to play him, and I
That'd
would
be
love
cool.
that. Especially after seeing him in Peacemaker.
He could do it.
Dude, John Cena.
Cena as John.
I saw one person
Cage?
was like, I want Chris Pratt to do it, and it's like, okay, calm down, buddy.
Chris
I like Chris
Pratt-
Pratt, but
Chris
calm
Pratt
down.
is too
But like
crazy
after
for that.
seeing like John Cena could be funny and like
Hear me out. What if it was
mean.
Chris Evans?
he's too nice.
That's what makes it funny.
No, have you seen
Knives Out, and then
Knives
Scott
Out and
Pilgrim.
Right.
Not Starve, it's Force of Evil. That's a cartoon.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, yes.
Yeah, but I don't want.
He was in Star versus the Forces of Evil.
He's pure. He's Captain America.
He is, and that's what makes it funny. Oh, that reminds me. This shocked me. Did you know that Free Guy's going to come to Disney Plus?
Really?
That's where it's going to go. That's going to be the.
Why not
streaming
Ryan
hub.
Reynolds play Johnny Cage?
I'd watch that. I love Ryan Reynolds.
He's kind of like the build because Johnny Cage isn't overly built like John Cena is.
He's
kinda
kind of
like-
like the game.
It in the early games he was.
He was huge. He was Arnold.
He was
He was.
He was literally
gigantic.
Arnold.
What is
He was
Arnold?
Duke Nukem.
What is Arnold playing?
Well, because he's 60.
Who cares?
They wouldn't do a Duke Nukem game because
Yeah, but the guy who
too
People have talked about wanting John Cena to be Duke Nukem.
the guy who plays Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl plays Jax or whatever, the guy who has metal arms.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Ajax.
Yeah, Ajax. He gets his arms froze off by Sub-Zero at the beginning of the movie.
I have seen that scene online.
Yeah.
Because that was... Didn't they release that online? No, they released the Scorpion scene online. I watched the freezing arms scene on pirated media. You know, as you do.
Yeah, he kind of just freezes his arms and then shatters them off.
Just like normal.
Yep. What?
How long have we been recording?
51 minutes.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Let's milk this alien baby.
Let's milk this alien.
I'm gonna
baby.
milk an alien.
Okay, bud.
Let's get that audio.
It's a cow.
Put that somewhere. It's a cow.
It's a cow.
Oh, I don't think I've told you one of my favorite things. I think I have it on.
We haven't
video.
talked
I
about
should-
xenomorphs.
We haven't talked about the
We
xenomorphs
need to
and
talk
the
about
predators.
Xenomorphs for the last 10 minutes. I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
cut you off there.
I was going to tell you
Predators
a
are
funny
freaking
video of my
awesome.
brother that I might find, and we'll upload it with his
Wait,
consent.
Transformers.
Transformers
I
are
love
aliens.
Transformers.
I love
I
Transformers.
love the Junkions and the Autobots and the Dinobots and they're on Earth
And the Megatrons.
and the Megatron.
And the Bumblebees.
I love the Megatron.
And instead of Decepticons, the Megatrons.
It's all just Megatron. Starscream, Megatron's head,
yeah,
like to scale too, so it's like huge
you're right.
on Starscream's tiny body.
I always thought Starscream. What? I always thought Starscream was kind of a bitch.
He is.
He's a bitch.
Starscream sucks.
Shut up.
He's literally
That's one of the
Megatron's
best parts.
bitch.
of
I could kick your ass, and I'm not even a giant robot.
That's one of the best parts of the original animated movie was he just murders Starscream. He just like Starscream takes over after Megatron like dies, and like he has this dumb crown and a big cape, and he's like, "I'm in charge of the Decepticons now."
He's like that
I'm the
zit-faced
leader."
guy in The Hobbit.
Yes. And then Megatron comes back as Galvatron, and he's just like, "You are no leader," and it just destroys him. Literally vaporizes him.
Right, that's crazy. So it's really sad in the first movie with like Shia LaBeouf, but because Jazz was a really cool character, but when Megatron, he's like, "You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me?" And Megatron's just like, "No, I want
Picks
two,"
him up and
just tears him in half.
It was funny. I liked that when I was a child. It was hilarious.
I was like, "Jazz, my favorite character." No.
I did, for some reason, when I was little, get like intense anxiety watching the car chase at the beginning between Bumblebee and the police car.
That was crazy.
I don't know why. When I was so young, it was just like,
Are you ladies man 2187?
watching that scene, it was like,
He's gonna catch him. He's gonna catch him.
he's gonna kill him. You fell for my trap card.
It's the music, and there's the fact that there's a hot girl sitting on
What?
Shia LaBeouf.
Okay, then.
I can't find Megan Fox attractive after she put a vial of MGK's blood on her neck. I know.
Oh, the necklace?
Yeah.
That was an interesting time.
She's a
Also-
different person now.
Also,
I just
the
always think of her
xenomorph,
as the
1978, one of the greatest aliens was ever given to us, and it's the xenomorph and his big, beautiful, weird, bulbous head
teeth.
and his teeth.
I always
and
thought their
his
teeth
second
looked
jaws,
cool.
Designed by H.R. Geiger.
And a really cool. What's that? The robot thing that the hacksmith built.
Oh, the power loader. That's
the
from
power loader.
Aliens. That's the sequel where it's like Vietnam in space.
Vietnam in space.
Some people like to say that it's an actual allegory for the Vietnam conflict, which is it's a little reaching. I'll give them that, but it makes sense because they're like all these Marines are told that there's an enemy out there. I'll give you all the information we got on their planet. You go and fight them. Then they go there, and then they fight them. and then most of them die. There is
Did you like the
three
parallel?
survivors.
Did you like the parallel to Alien in Infinity War?
Oh, are they just shove him out the airlock?
Well, yeah. Well, but he like makes the same face that the Queen Xenomorph
like his
makes.
the mouth open, the hands
Yeah,
all, as they freeze over and crunch into a rigor mortis pose.
Did you ever see this movie called
creates.
Aliens?
Do you ever see this old movie from the 70s? It's about alien. Peter Parker would know it's called Alien.
Or
he would know who Star Wars is.
Yeah.
Especially Empire Strikes Back.
Especially after him and Ned made a
Death Star. Like, he goes on later to
Have
build
you seen
the Death
that
Star
Lego
with Ned.
set? That's the globe.
Yeah.
So I saw someone custom make and replace the globe with the Death Star. God. So they have like the stand for the globe, but they just put a Death Star on it.
Dude, we need to have a time where we just talk about Legos, like as mini episodes, because it's the only way we're going to get like scattered thoughts about Legos.
Right.
But I swear to God, Lego has had fun aliens. They've even done rip-off xenomorphs at one point.
What was it Lego? Like, so it came in like a white cop ship, but the alien in it was like a little yellow dude, and he had an eye in his stomach, and he had a black helmet with like a mohawk.
Oh
on it.
yeah.
It was
I have that one still.
Space Police.
Yes.
That was early in our childhoods, relatively.
I
Same time as
had
the
that. I
Lego
had that
castle
guy.
sets.
Yeah.
I had one that came with the green dude that kind of looked like a rip-off xenomorph.
Oh.
Because they came with a rip-off xenomorph.
Right.
Oh, I haven't gotten to Predators.
Predators
Or
versus aliens.
Face huggers and chest bursters. I haven't gotten to the good stuff. Alien xenomorphs, they breed differently than any other alien species, at least up to that point. Getting inside you. The face hugger latches onto you. It shoves its egg tube into your throat, and it has to like impregnate you into your stomach. And then it hatches. Technically, it goes underneath your heart, above your stomach. You sound like Sans. That was, you know who that was directed to. So like,
Is Sans an alien?
Hey, this is the
At
most
this point-
vocal I've been in a few podcasts.
wait a minute, wasn't that
Let me
Matt
beat
Pat's
it.
theory that everybody there? Yeah, it's something like that. That like Papyrus isn't. I don't remember. I remember watching Game Theory when I was like in middle school.
Anyway.
So the alien, like the tube goes down your throat. It lays the eggs between your lungs, underneath your heart, and above your stomach. Mm-hmm. And then they start to like, they get bigger. I don't remember the word I'm looking for. They get bigger. They grow. There's another word I'm looking for. Not expand. It's like an actual name for like the progression of growth and size of like a creature as it's getting inside of another creature. Like the process of growth that a pregnant woman goes through with a
Photosynthesis.
baby. Yes, the alien photosynthesizes inside of you as it gets bigger, and then it finally just bursts out your
gestates?
chest. Huh?
Gestate?
That's a good word for it. We'll use that. Gestate.
I liked photosynthesis better.
That one does work. It works real well here.
Photosynthesis.
You know that the Hulk is full of chlorophyll and he actually photosynthesizes, and that's why he's green. Look me in the eye, Gary. Take my word for
He's
it.
green because gray ink was expensive, Wyatt.
It's true.
That's why he's green.
Because gray ink was too expensive. Which doesn't make sense. But yeah, so they grow up, they get big and burst through your chest, and one of the coolest scenes is in one of the worst alien movies.
Is when an alien does that to a predator.
Prenatal development.
Prenatal development. It's I think it's Alien 3 or 4, and he gets this dude has a chest burster and he feels it about to come out, and he grabs, I think it's Ron Perlman's character in a movie.
Yeah.
Grabs him by the sides of the head, holds him in front of his chest, so that way the chest burster has to go through his chest and through the dude's skull. And then there's a firing team there waiting to kill the chest burster, so that's, takes care of the whole problem.
Didn't alien and xenomorph like have like their own offspring at one point? Like there was like a predator xenomorph.
Yes, the Predalien, as lots of people call it. That was in AVP 2. Not known for being a good movie.
No.
Neither is the first movie, because the books are well loved. I have the copies of the books. It's, in the future where it would make sense instead of, because like the first Alien movie takes place in like some 2102 or some thing like that. Well,
Really?
the first
far ahead?
Yeah, Prometheus takes place in it's in the 2100s because there's a dude talking about Prometheus takes place in 2099. And then the first Alien movie from 1978, I don't remember what year that it actually takes place. Aliens is another few years after that, and then the next movie after that is another few years because cryostasis between the movies, Ripley goes into cryosleep. And that's how they get through space
all
so
her
well.
friends die.
Yeah, and then her friends keep dying. Although in the comics after Aliens, she actually lives a fairly decent life still plagued by aliens. The little girl that was with her grows up and becomes, not a dead corpse in a freezy cell. Marries a robot. And that becomes its own subsect of the alien universe in comics that they fight for robosexual marriage.
And on the note of robosexual marriage, we are out of time for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of the Time Sweeps. Please make sure to leave a like if you haven't already, and please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to go comment down the secret word, which is what?
It's one of two things this week: Vampirella or robosexual. You can choose whichever one you want.
Go down and comment that, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.